Hey guys, welcome back. And in this video, I'm going to take a break from talking about inputs and stuff like that. As you can see, we have completed our registration form. Pretty much anything you're going to need for a registration form. Now, I want to talk about something new. If you're new to this or whatever, you may not have heard of it, but otherwise you probably have. So it's a div. So, what is a div? Well, I think it stands for division, like you divide up your website. It's used to break up different pieces of your website. So, for example, I already started a div here, sorry. I could put this entire form within a div right here. Then I can like close the div, and I'm pretty sure I have a mistake in my HTML somewhere, because if I close this div, it also closes the field set and form, which is clearly after the closing point. So I'm not sure what I messed up, but I can't seem to find it. So hopefully I find it out, or if you noticed something like a mistake I have done, please let me know. But as you can see, this field set points down to the field, it stops at the div for some reason, instead of going down to the field set. So I don't know why it's doing that, but hopefully that's not detrimental to my entire website. But if you do find that in a actual website, I do recommend you figure it out and don't just let it pass like I am right now. But this is a div, so now I just have this entire thing within a division. Let's look at the top again. Right, where is it? Oh yeah, there we go. So this is the div. So now we can actually break up the website into more divs if we wanted. So we could have, which this isn't going to do anything because you can't see it, but if, let's say you registered, and when you were registering, they have a part at the top that has a list of links. You may have an unordered list. Dang it, I stink at typing. And then list items within this list. And these could be anchor tags. Thirst, seconds. So obviously when you go to a website, usually the links are displayed horizontally rather than vertically, although that is something you do with CSS. You would not do that with HTML, but you can put the content within a div like this, and I screwed up the href here. It should look like this. So that's just a good example of links, and then you may have something down at the bottom as well for a footer that links to like you know, the boring stuff no one cares about. Let's see, like terms of service, Q&A, etc. I can't think of anything else. And then that can go down in the footer of the website. You know what I mean? Well, that's an example of what you can do with a div. And then with CSS, you can actually style these divs so you can break them apart. You can break this into a new section and put it over onto the side as a sidebar, or develop different parts of your website. Also with divs, you may just need to segregate certain parts, and divs will come in useful because it doesn't actually display anything within the code. But if I put everything in paragraph tags, it actually affects the website visually. But divs, it's all behind the scenes. You could put 40 divs and close the divs, and nobody's going to know the difference. It looks okay, it changed a little bit, but wait, let me see here. Alright, that wasn't because of the divs, I don't think. I just didn't refresh it. So div end div. So now if I refresh it, nothing happens. And I can add a million more if I really wanted. Or I can nest them. You can nest divs. So I could have, within a div, I could have a div. And within this div, I could have a div. Now, obviously, I'm not really showing very good uses of a div. That's because all we really have is a registration form, and I'm about to go on to CSS, but I just wanted to explain what a div was before we started using CSS because it's commonly used, and I figured it'd be best if you knew what we were going to use to style our website. Now, when we get into CSS, I'm going to be going over the basics. We're not necessarily going to be designing a whole website and doing the layout and all that. I'm going to be talking about designing your text and your text boxes in simple underlining, text align, very basic CSS to get you started, and then we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, in the next video I'll be talking about one more thing with HTML, and then we'll be on to our CSS. So thank you for watching. Please share the series with a friend or a professor or anybody and tell them that I'd be very interested in them watching it and giving me feedback. Thank you, and I think that's all. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my links in the description. Thank you, and subscribe.